What's good, everyone? This your boy Jay Shad from the Behind the Bench Network, part of the Behind the Bench crew. Shout out to my partners out there. Check their videos out. But let me get straight to this, man. I want to talk about super teams, and I want to talk about what makes a super team because I feel it's a lot of fans out there that don't know what a super team truly is, and they have misconceptions of it based off what the media wants to tell people to cover up other star players' lack of ability to lead a regular franchise. So let's get straight to it, man. Let's go back. Let me tell you what I believe, and then we're going to use a couple examples of what a super team is and what a super team is not. So, what makes a super team to me is three superstars on the same team in their prime. Let me say that again. Three superstars on the same team in their prime. So, what is a prime? What's your prime years? Your prime years could start anywhere between the ages of 23. This is when the game gets real slow and it gets real easy for a player. So, from the age of 23 to, I want to say, 33. Now, special players may be able to push it to 34, 35 ish. Okay. Um, Maybe 36. After that, they're no longer in their prime years. Okay. So anywhere between 33 and 36, depending on the player, you could still be in your prime. Same way, most players don't hit their prime until 25. That's about 6, 7 years into the league, right? You're young, but you're at the best of your ability. Special players may get there at 23, okay, where they done hit their prime early, right? It's sort of like puberty, right? Some people get hair under their arms and around their genitalias at at 14, 13, 14 years old. I'm talking about a whole lot. I ain't talking about a couple strands. And some may get it at 11, at 12. You see what I'm saying? Some gets it early, some may get it later. So that's when I say prime, that's what I mean, prime years. So let's go back. Three superstars in their prime, okay? Is a super team. What is not a super team? A super team is if you had two prime players on a team, and let's say, and when I say super, I'm saying superstar players. Okay, so now I may have to break this down. What is a superstar player? And I may have to make a part two of this video, but we're going to see. I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes. What is a superstar player? It's a player that you will start your franchise with that you know can lead you to a title or make you a contender for the next 4, 5 year stretch, right? Your team is going to make the playoffs and they're going to be contenders. Don't mean that they got to win a championship, but they're going to be contenders, okay? It's not about selling tickets, jersey sales. It's what you do on the basketball court, which makes you a superstar player. Okay. Um, because there's players out there like Austin Reeves, he's getting his own shoe. Do that make him a superstar player? No, it don't. Okay. Um, so if a player, if you I also feel like if you was drafted within the top three of any draft class, most likely you was picked to lead to be the franchise player of that team. Now, some draft class may stretch out to the first 5 players, but most of the time, it's the first 3 players selected in the draft that is your franchise players. You can go back and look at a list of the first 3 picks, and you can kind of say, okay, even that third pick, if he panned it out or even if he didn't, it's a lot of number 1 picks that done been bust, but that's just bad recruiting. I mean, not recruiting, scouting. Okay, so when you get a player like, so is this is not a super, this is not a um super team. If you had Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday, that's not a super team. Why? Because there's nobody out there that's gonna say, if we could build a team around Chris Middleton, he could definitely take us to the championship. Okay. Now, Giannis wasn't drafted a high pick, but he built himself to being a superstar. Okay, because you get players that was not a franchise, they wasn't a high draft pick, like a Steph Curry, like a Kobe Bryant, like a Giannis, but they built themselves to being a superstar. So even if, let's say, like, let's use the Kobe and Shaq. Yeah, this is gonna be a 2-part video. Let's say Kobe and Shaq, right? Shaq was already a superstar when he came to LA in 96. Kobe was drafted. I think he was drafted, what was it, 8th or 12th? I'm not sure. I think it was 12th overall and then was traded to the Lakers, or he was drafted 8th overall and then traded to the Lakers. I'm not sure. I don't have my laptop in front of me. And Kobe was not a superstar when he came to the Lakers in 96. He wasn't a superstar in 97. He was a all-star in 98, and that was mainly fans voting him in because he was an exciting player. But by 99, you know, he was still an all-star capable player. But 2000, that's when Kobe became Kobe by the year 2000, and it showed in those playoffs. By 2001, he was pretty much a superstar player. So by the time he turned 20, before he turned 23, Kobe was a superstar player. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's Kobe, that's Shaq, 2 superstars. Their third leading scorer probably was Derek Fisher or Rick Fox or somebody like that, Robert Ory, right? That was their third leading scorer. That's not a super team. That's just two good players on the same team together. And you can have 2 superstars on the same team together. That don't make it a super team. Now, nine out of 10, when you have 2 superstars and they're winning games, most likely the media and the fans reward the third best player on that team, and that third player may be an all-star. It still don't count as a super team because that player is benefiting off the wins of that team. It was a year where the Lakers had Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal. Was that a super team? No. This is before Kobe became a superstar. Nick Van Exel was just he was a great starter. Same thing for Eddie Jones, but the only superstar on that team was Shaq. And those players was drafted into the Lakers and just had a good year. That don't make them a super team. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes, so I'm going to end this video. This is part 1. Check out part 2 that's coming up next.